An open letter to all of my students. I have students whose mother tongue is hyperbole. I have students who speak to me through kind greetings and leave-takings, barely above a whisper. I have students who scream and blurt out their opinions, their thoughts, and their love. I have students who will not be something when they grow up, but rather are great beings now. They are musicians and poets and dancers. They are athletes and friends and leaders. They are allies and similes and metaphors and much, much more. So, my students, please do not, I repeat, do not let people tell you that you will be great someday. You are great right now. You will be greater as you gain more experiences, but you are great in this moment and can do great things in present tense. It is an insult to think that you, my students, can only do things in the future. I did not wait for you to grow up to be great. I refused to wait for that in my classroom. I needed the same immediate gratification that you do. You had to step up and do and be great as you were, as you are, not later, now. You are capable of service, kindness, volunteering, and hard work. You are brilliant writers, artists, and thinkers. You are capable of questioning authority and should do so often. Sorry, parents, fellow educators, and other adults, but it's true. Students, you must remember, reality is hurting, and you have to imagine differently. It is evident that reality is hurting because it's in every media headline. You must imagine with as much fervor to supersize your dreams of a better place, not just your value meals. You have the right and responsibility to explore necessity, because what you intuit from your hearts is the art of the human supernatural power. You are beings that will metamorphosize and improvise for the betterment of others. Every class, every teacher, every fellow student, every human you interact with is the opportunity for alchemy on a grand scale. My favorite times are being in a room full of students brainstorming ideas about how to make a positive change, because that is a whirlwind of effervescence, windmilling and outmaneuvering the bad news that surrounds us. School's not just about moving the mind. You must move your hands and your feet to serve others and challenge mental mind maps that the media places in front of you. Students, you must remove the L from the oblivious so that generosity is obvious. My students are astute. They are learning from us, the adults. They are watching us, wondering if we will take the map and follow the apathetic lines drawn for us, or if we will be cartographers who interrogate reality, redefine the impossible, impart a pledge to resist inertia, revive iridescent perspectives that build temples of hope with our two hands. To watch students realize that they can do something to improve our place of existence is like a lightning bolt hitting your heart, like being inspired by the divine, like a defibrillator for the educator who is daunted by stories of death in the news. You, my students, are capable of building foundations with bricks thrown at you, bricks in the form of words that hurt a lot. But some words inspire and other words heal. Your words, your essays, the ones you groan about to me, are gems. Your essays allow me to be a passenger in your world. And most of you don't know this, but I keep them. I keep them all. I scan them and reread them, and when I feel low, I read them again. I share them and quote them and share them some more. I spread the love of your essays. I share your insight and your reactions because they are real, and because you have shared your opinions and shared your thoughts on how to make change. The interconnectedness of humans is in what we share. Your schoolwork reveals lifelong lessons, proving to me and others how you learn to weave socio-historical visions in generative waves, discovering and recovering unrecognized compulsions of your beings where authentic fulfillment emerges so we can celebrate a triumphant manifestation of a new momentum of your student-led change. Students, hear me please. Do what you love, but also do the things that are hard. They make you better. Do what your heart tells you to do after your brain has given it some thought. Say what you have the courage to say, but know that silence has its own beauty. Know that life is not fair. It never will be. And you shouldn't expect it to be, because even when you are right, sometimes things don't work out the way right looks in your mind. Know that life is a juxtaposition. There is no right answer, but there are tests. You are not the sum total of all of your test scores. You are not the sum total of your volunteerism. You are not the sum total of your mistakes. You are not last year's grades nor this year's scorecard. You are not the school you attended nor the college of your future. You cannot be summed up, and those who think you can are people you need to question. You are a being, a multifaceted human being with rich experiences and valid feelings. Yes, of course, try your best on tests. Yes, volunteer. But know that it doesn't need to be tallied. It needs to come from your heart. Yes, of course, learn from your mistakes, because the second time, they are your choices. Hear me, I say. There is no right answer. There are perspectives and beliefs and experiences and joy and sadness, and there is never one right answer. You are not a fill in the blank. You are not a multiple choice. You are not a bubble to shade in with a pencil. You are an essay with no margins. You spill off pages and doodle outside of borders. You are limitless. Reality has limits. Your imagination is boundless. You will insert an S into exit so that the ecstatic exists and blossoms exponentially, moving from acquisition of knowledge to a legacy leaving footprints. Reality has limits. Your imagination is boundless. Seeing the good, being the good. It is the zeal and zest that fed Gandhi even during his fasts. I see you for all your good.